You're watching WKYT News at noon.
Good afternoon. The news continues. It's now 12:30.
Police continue to look for answers about that mass shooting in California.
A married couple who were also parents to a 6-month-old baby opened fire at a social services center yesterday. 14 people were killed, 17 were wounded. And Joel Waldman is tracking the investigation. It is our top story here on WKYT News.
Police taking out a man and woman believed to be behind the attack, neutralizing the heavily armed married couple after surrounding a black SUV.
I was even scared because one of the officers came past and he told us, run inside the house, get inside, this active shooter.
Police identifying the suspects as 28-year-old Syed Rizwan Farouk and 27-year-old Tashfeen Malik. The couple opened fire on a holiday banquet at a social services center where Farouk's co-workers were gathered.
He was at the party. He did leave the party early under some circumstances that were described as angry or something of that nature.
The motive still unknown, but terrorism is not being ruled out.
It's unbelievable. Like, you can't even fathom how people could act this way.
Reports indicate the guns used in the shooting were purchased legally. The mass murder once again sparking a fierce gun control debate in the country with opinions split along party lines.
We're going to have to, I think, search ourselves as a society to make sure that we can take basic steps that would make it harder, not impossible, but harder for individuals to get access to weapons.
All the violence in Chicago is sitting in a city with some of the strictest gun control laws. This isn't the answer.
Now, this is the deadliest mass shooting in the United States since a gunman opened fire at a Connecticut school 3 years ago. The FBI is involved in the investigation now out in California. We have a traffic alert for you this afternoon. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office and Franklin County Fire Department is working to clear up a crash on Interstate 64. We'll show you some pictures here. A truck overturned and has dumped its load. The crash happened in the westbound lanes at the 52-mile marker. Drivers are being asked to avoid that area right now.
Investigators want to know who stole dozens of road signs from 3 counties. Most of them were taken from Menifee County, while the others were stolen from neighboring communities. As WKYT's Mark Barber shows us, officials say the thefts are both costly and dangerous.
County officials say if a few signs had been damaged, they wouldn't think much about it. But they say they are really scratching their heads over this one because so many signs were destroyed. They think a group of kids who were out to play some sort of prank are responsible.
There was 92 road signs laying behind the 911 vehicle.
Christy Wayman works for the county road department and the dispatch center. When she showed up to work on Monday, she says she found the signs dumped outside the 911 center.
Some of them, you couldn't never reuse them.
She says 55 of these signs came from major roads and highways in Menifee County, and the other 37 signs came from Bath County and Rowan County. The road department is now checking to see if they can reuse any damaged signs. They think they will have all the signs back up by Saturday. It costs the county $10 to repair each broken sign. Not only is this an expensive problem, it's also dangerous. Wayman says first responders have already had a hard time responding to calls.
Where there was a gentleman deer hunting and it had failed, and one of those signs was missing, and they had a difficulty time finding the road that he was on.
Deputies say they do not have any suspects in this case yet, but they say they are interviewing a person of interest and following up on other leads. In Menifee County, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Thank you, Mark. And deputies tell us when they make an arrest, charges of criminal mischief and theft by unlawful taking will be filed. The Madison County Sheriff's Office is searching for a Christmas Grinch. A woman was caught on video stealing packages from a home on Park Drive. The camera not only shows the suspected thief, but also her getaway vehicle.
A red passenger car. It appeared like it was missing a hubcap or maybe had a spare tire on the vehicle.
Now, the homeowner says the packages contained clothes to be given as gifts.
An early morning fire forced dozens of people out into the cold this morning. The fire destroyed a unit at Rucker Village Apartments off 2nd Street in Paris and has heavily damaged another unit. The woman in the apartment where the fire started says she had to run through the fire with her 2 children to escape. Other people who lived in the building made sure that everyone else got out safely.
We went around to the windows, busting windows and everything, making sure we get everybody out.
The Red Cross is helping the families who can no longer stay in their apartments. The fight against hunger in Lexington just got a little boost.
A grant awarded to a local organization will help fund a new way for people to get healthy food. WKYT's Rebecca Smith shows us how it works in a story that's new at 12:30. Rebecca.
We are actually in the same building that houses West 6 Brewery. Now, this part of the building dates all the way back to the 1870s, and this room specifically will be the processing center that deals with the food. The next room over will be the community store.
At the helm of this ambitious project is Food Chain, known for its on-site fish farm right next to West 6 Brewery. Since 2011, they've produced more than 1,000 pounds of tilapia and more than a ton of fresh produce. At the site of the bread box will be a food processing facility and community store. Organizers say it's all to meet the needs of access to healthy food in a food desert.
We can not only teach people how to prepare fresh food, but also to process that fresh food so it's more accessible and more convenient, and then ultimately into a neighborhood store so it can be distributed and made available at affordable prices to this community.
Construction has already started on the community store and the food processing center here in the west side of Lexington. The plan is to have all of this opened up by the fall of next year. Reporting in Lexington, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
The $75,000 grant came from the John S. and James L. Knight Foundation, donor-advised fund at the Bluegrass Community Foundation.
The office of the Lincoln County Jail is full of toys right now. Jailer Rob Wilson is collecting toys for the children of the inmates. The drive began a month ago, and the response has been overwhelming with donations from Lincoln, Garrett, and Casey counties. Wilson says just because people have made some bad choices does not mean that their children should have to suffer during the holidays.
Just because they're here doesn't necessarily mean they're bad people. I was elected to this office to run this jail to the best of my ability, and we do, fair and consistent. But we also have to be compassionate. Even though these people are in this jail, they're still my neighbor.
Wilson says the toys will be given out during a special event on December 19th. He says under supervision, the inmates will be allowed to personally hand the toys to their children. Well, women with stage 4 breast cancer are living longer.
And could the key to cutting obesity rates be as simple as reducing food portions and the size of tableware? Our Better Living Report is coming up on WKYT.
One thing we can do is we can get rid of all the rain and not even talk about that for at least 3 or 4 days. It's going to be a long little stretch of that. Then we focus on temperatures. What does that mean for us? I have that in your weekend forecast coming up next.